The White Snake, a tale of curiosity, talking ducks, and unexpected heroism by Brothers Grimm. Some tales are woven with magic, mystery, and a touch of the unexpected. The White Snake, a classic story by the Brothers Grimm, is one such adventure. A journey of curiosity, wit, and the surprising power of kindness. Hans, a humble servant, stumbles upon a secret that grants him the ability to understand the language of animals. But this gift comes with its own challenges, leading him through a world where talking ducks have personal dramas, ants can perform miracles, and ravens become unlikely heroes. As he embarks on an impossible quest to win the hand of a strong-willed princess, Hans must rely on the very creatures he once helped. With wit, humor, and a heart full of adventure, he proves that true heroism isn't about strength alone. It's about listening, understanding, and embracing the unexpected. Join us as we dive into The White Snake, a tale of curiosity, talking ducks, and unexpected heroism. In a vast kingdom of rolling hills and whispering forests, there lived a servant named Hans. He was loyal, hard-working, and, most importantly, unbearably curious. Every evening, the royal cook brought the king a mysterious dish covered with a silver lid. No one, not the cook, not the guards, not even the queen, knew what was inside. It was prepared in secrecy, delivered in secrecy, and consumed in secrecy. And Hans was dying to know. What could be so special? He wondered aloud one evening as he watched the cook deliver the dish. Gold? A potion of eternal youth? A roasted unicorn leg? He wasn't the only one curious. Rumors had spread through the palace like wildfire. Some said it was enchanted food. Others whispered it was the source of the king's wisdom. A few believed it was a terrible curse. Hans couldn't take it anymore. That night, when the king had left his chamber, he tiptoed inside, lifted the silver lid, and froze. A white snake, cooked to perfection, lay on a golden plate. Hans stared at it, his excitement crumbling into confusion. That's it? A snake? He's been acting all mysterious for this? I was expecting something legendary, like dragon ribs or phoenix egg souffle. But curiosity had a dangerous habit of leading to action before thought. Without hesitation, Hans broke off a tiny piece and popped it into his mouth. The flavor? Odd, magical, slightly minty. Then, wham! Voices flooded his head, but they weren't human voices. Oh no, Hans groaned, clutching his temples. I can hear everything. The ants beneath the floor were discussing their next meal. The sparrows outside the window were arguing over the best worm hunting spot. Even the mosquito near his ear was muttering, "This guy has great skin. Got to bite him later." Hans's eyes widened. He could understand animals. The next morning, while sweeping the palace courtyard, Hans overheard a frantic conversation. Near the royal pond, the king's ducks were in a state of absolute panic. "Quack! Someone stole the queen's golden ring," one wailed. "Quack! We're all suspects. This is royal poultry persecution," cried another. A particularly guilty-looking duck shuffled its webbed feet and muttered, "Quack. So, funny story. I may have accidentally swallowed it." Hans, who was still adjusting to the fact that ducks had personal dramas, wasted no time. He rushed to the king and told him everything, leaving out the part where the ducks snitched on each other. A quick search, and one very awkward moment for the duck, later, and sure enough the golden ring was retrieved. The king, amazed at Hans' apparent wisdom, rewarded him with a sack of gold. Hans blinked at his new fortune. Maybe eavesdropping on ducks isn't so bad after all. With a heart full of adventure and a growing collection of odd talents, Hans set off to explore the world. But fate had bigger plans for him. In a faraway kingdom, he stumbled upon a beautiful princess, bored out of her royal mind. "I refuse to marry just any man," she declared dramatically. Only someone who proves their worth through 3 impossible tasks may win my hand. Otherwise, I'm perfectly happy staying single." Hans, who had already dealt with talking ducks, sighed. "Define impossible?" The princess smirked. "Oh, finding my lost ring at the bottom of the ocean, gathering a sack of pearls from the world's most dangerous ants, and retrieving the apple of life from the legendary tree of doom." Hans stared at her. "Right, sure. Sounds totally reasonable." Luckily, Hans had a secret weapon: friends in low and high places. The fish in the ocean, whom he had once saved from a fisherman's net, gladly retrieved the princess's ring from the depths. A colony of ants, grateful that Hans had once saved them from being trampled, gathered a sack of pearls in record time. A dramatic raven, who owed Hans a favor, soared through stormy skies and snatched the apple of life from the tree of doom, dodging fiery traps along the way. When Hans returned to the palace with all 3 items, the princess, who had been fully expecting another failed suitor, was left speechless. "You actually did it?" she asked, her usual confidence faltering. Hans grinned. "What can I say? I'm resourceful, and I talk to ants." A small smile played at her lips. "I suppose a deal's a deal." And so, Hans, once a mere servant, now a hero, married the princess and became a prince. And though he had wealth, power, and adventure, he also had to spend the rest of his life listening to ducks complain about pond politics. Moral of the story: curiosity might get you into trouble, but sometimes it also gets you gold, superpowers, and a royal marriage. That brings us to the end of this wonderful tale.